Here. Hello. Can everyone hear me okay? Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, now that I've got my phone working. So, okay. Let's see. Okay, now that I've got my phone working. A little bit of a delay going on. Oh, good. A little bit of a delay going on. Okay, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the midday matinee. My name's Janae, and we're going to have some fun and some laughs. Welcome to the midday. My name's Janae, and we're going to have some fun and some laughs. So I'm sorry if I slow down on talking. I can hear, actually, I'm going to turn this down. I can hear myself being insane. So I'm sorry if there we go. So how is it? Yeah, actually, that was my computer. I had the volume on my computer. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I can hear myself talk. So does it sound better now? Hey, Aussie girl. Hi, Dawn Marie. Hey, sis. Hello, Gail. Hello, Sensational. And then there is Lindy Pants. Hello. Hello, Dreaming of Diamonds with Dara. How are you? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Is it Dara? Hello, Susie. Sorry about that. Oh, paint. Oh, I am so sorry, Lindy. Gosh, this has just not been my day today. I just finished watching your video not long ago, Janae. Oh, Ozzy, how did you like it? Drea, hello, coloring book. Nook, it says, I haven't had enough coffee today. Really, Ozzy? Yeah, I have a huge addiction with Diamond Art Club, and yeah, that's great. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Few things go over before we actually do get started, and that is please, if you hear dogs barking, just ignore them. If you hear said husband scream at said dogs, just ignore 'em. All right. So we're working on this Diamond Art Club painting. It's called Raspberry Daiquiri. And I have been swapping out drills with some, um, oh, what are these called? These are, they're not sparklers. These are actually crystal drills that I'm trying out for a supplier and see if I may be interested in becoming a distributor for them. But they're really nice. I'm going to be lurking and working. I'm still here. Sounds great. Um, 2 orders left. Oh, wow. It took that long? So, how has everybody been doing since last weekend? All good, Color Book Nook? Hmm. Hmm. Um, no paint by numbers yet. I'm a bit intimidated by it because I haven't done a paint by numbers since I was 8. And for some reason, I just lost my phone. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. My phone just all of a sudden just went blank. Yeah, so I have it. Uh, Island Girl sent me a message and said that the paper that I got in the actually a map, which is a good thing because yeah, I like I said, I'm a bit intimidated by it, but I'm pretty sure I'll probably get started. I might have to go with my iPad because my phone just doesn't want to stay connected. All right, there we go. Let's see. I did receive a few paintings this week. I will be doing an unboxing for Diamond Art Club. I got just Chuck Penson painting, and I also received 2 paintings from a store that I am considering becoming an affiliate with. They have asked me, but I want to check out more of their product before I'm an affiliate with them. So my paint by numbers is a 110 by 80. Wow, that's brave. um, it's going to take me forever since it is the first time I've ever done one. Well, I have that's a pretty big paint by number. That's big. Hello, Crafting with Anne. How are you? And Aussie Girl says, I have to start my paint by number when kids go back to school. All right. So everyone, I'm going to tell you a little bit of, or not my day, sorry, my last week. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures and then I'll explain. So I'm just going to put that down. So this is what I do this morning. Let's see. And that's quite a bit of snow. And the thing is that we ended up getting a couple of nasty storms, really dumping a whole lot of snow, but enough to cause some grief. So Wednesday, I decided around 12:20 that I was going to go out for lunch. Now, we maybe an inch and a half of snow in the morning, and the city hadn't gone out at the time yet to. So I decided I was going to go grab a sub and merged over to get off the main highway. I slowed down to about 10 kilometers. That's probably about maybe. And as I was starting to merge right, my car decided that it was going to have a mind of it and continue going straight. I didn't technically panic. I can think of is, oh my God, I'm going head first to the yield sign. So I started to tap a little bit at that time. As soon as I put my foot on that brake, I went from regular motion to slow mo hole coming right at me, and I hit it. I mean, literally plowed through that yield sign. All I can think of is when I saw this happening, I saw the sign literally come out of the ground and get thrown into the next lane. It almost hit the car that was waiting to, and oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I was like freaking out. Got out of my car. First, as I needed to check and see if that sign actually hit the car that was waiting to turn. And it was an elderly lady. So I really felt bad. Moreover, everything looked fine. There was no scratches, no dents. So I think it just, because there was so much snow, it caused the snow to poof and looked like it actually hit. I made sure that the lady was fine and asked me if I was okay. And I said, sure, yeah, I'm fine. I got into my car and to Subway. I didn't even stop to think about looking at the damage to my car. But yeah, and believe me, I was really shooken up over this. I looked at the front end of my car and an idea, let's see, where's my, of what it looked like. So this is what my car looks like. So you can see there's some damage through the lower part of the bumper and through here. Thank God it didn't hit the grill. And it took out the engine heater block. Now, for those of you that don't know what that is, sis, I'm sure you don't. It is to keep your car warm, or to help keep your car warm during really, really, really cold weather. So you actually plug it, and it keeps the engine warm throughout the cold weather. Anyway, poured out, literally. Talk about embarrassing. So I got back took pictures of my car, and I thought, okay, I need to call and put in a claim. Oh, you do know what block is? Okay. So I put in a claim, and the person that was on the other end of the phone was quite young. I could tell by his voice. A couple of weird questions were asked. Now, here in Manitoba, we just have MPI, which is Manitoba Provincial Insurance. I explained the situation with this person, and he was like, oh, no, not a problem. Just go ahead and we'll just fill out. No big deal. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Now, all I could do is laugh, because honestly, I could have cried over it, but there's no sense of crying over something that you had no control over. So we started talking. He was asking me questions like, have you been drinking? When was the last time you took some prescription medication? And I thought, okay, that's normal questions. But then he asked me this question, which I thought was a bit odd. You guys can give me some insight on why this question was asked? Let me know. He asked me if the road was asphalt. Now, I don't know about any of you guys, but I don't pay attention to it's concrete or asphalt. To me, it's a road. So, no, I didn't know. And I also said to him, there has got to be at least a good inch of compact snow on the road. So I couldn't tell you one way or the other. He was like, oh, okay, no problem. And then conversation went a little bit farther, vehicle, did you hit anyone, on and on and on. So right at the end, because I did tell him I fine, and right at the end he said, okay, so what you'll need to do is you're going to have to bring your vehicle in, and you adjuster for the vehicle, and then you will see a city adjuster for the sign. And I'm like, excuse me? Yeah, you'll have to see a city adjuster for the sign. And I said, so you're telling me I have to pay for the sign? And he goes, well, it'll be part because it's considered property damage. Okay. Wasn't very impressed with that, but I guess that's just the way it is. And then he proceeded to tell me that I would lose points on my driver's license. Now I figured, maybe one or no, 5 points. I lose 5 points on my driver's license. So my driver's license was $55 a year, and now it goes $220 a year. Ouch. So I was talking to my husband about it, and I thought, that's kind of steep for an accident that, city is responsible to make sure that there's sand on the roads to keep us from sliding around like that. But oh well, there's nothing I can do about it now. Hello, Marissa. Hello, Dreamer. How are you? So yeah, I got the I didn't hit anyone. That was a good thing. I'm also lucky that I injured. Hi, B. But yeah, I just a huge ding. So hello, Victoria. I'm doing good, Marissa. How I was just telling everyone I got into a car accident on Wednesday, and it was very icy out here. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, B, I'm okay. The odd thing about all of this was that my airbags didn't. Now I don't know how the airbag thing works. Um, I'm assuming that the reason why the airbags didn't go off is because I wasn't going fast enough. But I literally took that sign out, and my first thought was my airbag went. It didn't. So I don't know how that works. But after having that incident happen, all I can think about is okay, I don't think I'm going to survive another 5 weeks in Mexico. I need to get out of this weather. I really need to go. There are only certain impact points through the airbags. Yeah, see, the insurance adjuster asked me if I hit the car. I did. It was not quite in the center of the front of the vehicle, but it was pretty close. And I was probably going, like I said, around 7 hours. So I don't know for sure because we go by kilometers up here, but I was only going 10 kilometers, and it wasn't going to stop. It just wasn't going to stop. Oh, the other question he asked me is if we had snow tires on the car, and we don't. We have all season tires, and I was told that EI is not fond of those particular tires. So yeah, I just I cringe every time it's going to cost me to get my driver's license updated. Oh well. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When I was speaking to the insurance, they specifically asked me how fast I was going, and I don't believe I was going more than 10 kilometers. And then I told him, I said, my airbags didn't deploy. And he goes, okay. They must have some type of um, way of knowing. Again, I don't know how that works, but my husband had the plug for our heater block is completely gone. So, oops. In on Wednesday for the estimate for the car and for this damage to the city property. I am having to sign. So I find that a little odd, but so anyway, I believe that you need to be going miles per hour for the airbags. That's possibly true. And I'm glad it didn't go off because it would have spooked the out of me. I probably would have peed my pants. So um, anyway, that was I was, I don't know. All I can think of is I really want to get out of this cold weather. I'm just so it would be expensive too. Possibly. I'm not looking how much it's going to cost to fix. It doesn't look like a lot of damage, but believe me, when I was rear-ended, it cost, I believe, over 3,000. So yeah, it can get kind of pricey. True, and that is another thing, Marissa, I was so thankful for that it didn't cause, or that my car, because of the airbags deploying. There is a billboard not far from my house about drinking and driving, and at night a drunk driver took it. Oh my god. Really? Oh my gosh. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Last time we spoke you were saying that it was hurting. So how is it going? Is the infection clearing up? That's karma. Isn't that the truth? You're feeling, oh, great. That's good to hear. Tornadoes out your direction? You can eat and sleep again. I love cold and hate hot weather. I wish I could exchange. Victoria, believe people love to exchange. Love it. I am, I used to be like that when I was a, in my young 20s, teenager growing up. I used to wish for colder weather, and I hated the heat. But now as I'm getting, and, with arthritis, I really want that heat. 4 more weeks. That's if I don't commit suicide. No, I'm just kidding. No more tornadoes now. It's freezing rain and snow. Now, see, we got freezing rain excuse me, we got freezing rain yesterday afternoon for about 2 hours, and then it turned to snow. Yeah, ooh, it was Ohio weather. If you don't like it, wait a day and it will change. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. That is funny. Now, see, in Washington State, it rains, and I love this. And says you'll know this when the newscasters give you the forecast. I don't know if they do this on purpose, and I don't know if they still do this, but when we were growing up, they did. Come on and say, uh, today is today the chance of rain is 60%. Tomorrow we have a chance, and on Thursday we have a chance of mist. So let me know, what's the difference between. I always wondered about that. We had freezing rain last Tuesday and 2 inches of snow after. Wow, really? I'm surprised. Usually you guys don't get much snow anymore. Ouch. Oh, geez. My daughter lives in. Oh my God. Don Marie, that's hilarious. Wow, Tammy, that surprises me because usually you guys don't get weather like like that. Something's changed. Did Mount St. Helens erupt again or something? Did I miss something out there? Yeah, because usually when the weather changes in Washington State like that, it's usually caused from some strange event. No, just weather pattern changes. I'm finding that that is so true because over we had a really wet and dreary fall, and usually our fall we would have in summer where it's warm during the day and cools off at night. This year we did not have that. So, okay. You had to throw in that Mexican uh, word in there, right? Are you still trying to remind me? That's because we are just now getting winter weather. Yeah, it seems really strange that we're getting these strange weather patterns. Come on. Okay. So, B, I have a question for you. Did you see that of Galloping Gertie? Who is dry out there a couple years ago because it was fires everywhere. Viewers' house as we almost got. We need to leave. What? Who is really dry out there? A couple years fires. Okay. Um, not a thing that should happen. Oh, tornadoes? Okay. So, gotta, what? You gotta, kids are acting up. Okay, Dara, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm having a really rough. Okay. Okay. My apologies, everyone. I'm having a bit of a brain freeze going on here. Okay. Was using voice text. Okay. Pretty sure deciding each day what it wants to do. Summer in Mondays, falls on Tuesdays, winters on Wednesdays, springs. Gosh. Okay. Hello, Diamond Painting with Nicole. How are you? We were almost made to evacuate because it was so dry in Washington here where the fires were. You know, I lived I lived in the western side of the state for years, and I know some summers we had a couple of dry spells, but not too many of them. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing. Thank you. So I was talking to B last weekend after my live, and we were talking. She was letting me know that she had a tornado. I have never been in a tornado, nor do I ever want to be in a tornado. Thank you. But it reminded me of a story. and sure will remember this, although she's older than I am, so her memory might have lapsed a bit. Anyway, just before I moved to Canada in we had an earthquake, and it was originally said it was an 8. They brought it down to an 8. But I remember this because it was during the night, and the next thing I remember, well, I shouldn't say that. Okay. So what happened was it was around 11:15 in the morning, and I worked for a doctor's office. I was getting patient charts ready to go for the afternoon. We had patients waiting in the waiting room. Now, I don't know if any of you through an earthquake or felt one coming on, but some people will say they hear like a windstorm. It sounds windy to them. Some people will say it sounds completely silent. Personally, I never heard an earthquake, although I do know that that it is possible. And what this little kind of rumbling. So it was kind of like doing this. And then within, I believe, a matter of seconds, we had this rolling going on. Now, growing up in where all those states and like part of Canada and the west coast of South America, we're all prone to having some type of earthquake. Now, growing up as a child, we were always taught, I guess, is the best, to prepare ourselves for an earthquake. Now, so Tammy, I don't know, you can pipe up and correct me on this one, but what we were, if we felt an earthquake hit, we are to either go under our desks or go into a door frame. Every year we would have an assembly or like a drill at least once, if not for something like this. Now, fast forward to 2000, and I think I was in my early 30s. I'm not going to tell you exactly how old I am, but I think I was in my that time. Now, you'd think that as an adult, we remember these things. We're taught this stuff. We should. It's common sense. This is what you do in an event of an earthquake. So this earthquake starts. Now, like you feel this like little shimmer, and then it starts to really shake, and then you get this wave feeling. It's the feeling to ever go through. And what do you think we all did in that office? Kind of looked at each other with this dumbfounded look on our faces, going, okay, what do we do? We absolutely did nothing. In fact, I couldn't believe she did this, wrapped her arms around her computer monitor. Now, back in those computer monitors were still like those mini TV sets, the really heavy ones. So, yeah, run. We all just kind of stood there, like I said, with this dumbfounded look on our faces. I can tell you this. I remember standing there looking out the window of the office, and we can see the cars in the parking line, bouncing up and down from side to side. It was just, like I said, just totally surreal. It was just unbelievable. And I'm not talking like the big trees, but just the regular landscaping trees were hitting from side to side. It was just doing this. And it felt like it was going on for, it was nonstop. They said that the earthquake went on for about, I think it was just over 60 seconds, just over a minute, maybe a little bit longer. And we're all standing there still with this faces like, what the heck just happened? One of the patients finally said, I think we just had an earthquake. And we're all just kind of looking at each other going, you think? Anyway, we had 3 surgeons in that. One was in the office seeing patients. One was in the hospital in the OR. And the other one was just doing paperwork. Now, I heard the one that was doing paperwork just make kind of a snide comment about, oh, I think a truck went by. And the wife of the surgeon that was actually seeing patients in the office comes into the, like, oh my God, doctor, and I'm not going to give the name, but it is Dr. So-and-so. He was supposed to be giving a patient's own shot in the knee. And we're like, uh-oh. Now, here comes this surgeon out from the room. He's got this smirk on his face. And we're like, oh no. And his face, usually this surgeon would tan. He usually very nice tan. His face was like 4 shades of white. And he had, like I said, this really weird smirk on his face. And he said, tell me you didn't give that patient the shot. And he had his hand behind his back. And there's the shot. And he goes, no, I just almost started when he felt the shaking. God for that. The surgeon that was in the OR when it happened, office like I think 2 hours later, he was another surgeon that would regularly tan. So he would tan. He comes in the office. He looks like as white as his jacket, his doctor's coat that they wear. And we were all, trying to see how he was doing. He didn't answer anyone. He just walked right past us, went to his office. We're just kind of going, uh-oh. So we kind of stayed away from him. He didn't seem very happy. We found out, though, that everything went in the surgery, but they were in process of doing a total knee repair, and they actually, I guess when an earthquake hits, they just kind of step away and hold all the monitors and everything still. But yeah, I can't imagine having to work in, or actually be in condition or in an earthquake. That would be scary. That would be just scary. So now my 2 boys were in happened as well, and we were all trying to call the schools to find out if there was any damage to the schools, if the kids were okay. You couldn't get through because the lines were down. So we were all very lucky that not centered right in Seattle. But I remember going home that afternoon, and when we were watching the news, they were interviewing people that was around or during the earthquake. And this one guy that they were interviewing, he says, I was up in the top part of the Space Needle when the earthquake hit, and the reporter asked him how he felt about it. He goes, "Man, that was the life." Like, oh my god. Yeah, so I'm very happy to be living in Manitoba because honestly, Marissa, I'm with you. Don't want to live through earthquakes. Don't like them. Mm-mm. Let me see. When I'm looking outside, it'd probably be me. I push people out of my way and run. Yes, that's like what Dad said when we were little. Um, you run like a kid over. I'm scared. When we were little back in the 70s, oh gosh, there was a bad earthquake. I believe it was 7.5 out of the cabinet. I remember this. Grandma was starting with us at the time, and she was screaming earthquake. I don't. I don't like not having. B, I'm totally with you on that. I wish that there was ways of warning us when things like this were going to happen, but unfortunately, that's not the way it goes. Yeah, Dad said go back to bed. We have them all the time. Yeah, but we were living in California, sis. There's a difference between and Washington. Washington didn't get them as bad as California. So not really. What do you mean by not really? No. Sorry. Try to get these. They're not very easy to cooperate sometimes. They are somewhat the same. Yeah, I think Washington gets them as often as California. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but when we lived in California, we were pretty small. You weren't, I was. Now I don't. Let's see. My husband just started a movie, so I have to. Sounds good, B. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good afternoon. Difference is Washington gets rolls in Calgary. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I still thought it was the closer I've been to an earthquake is when the oil refinery 50 miles away had an explosion. Being in the classroom shook when the shockwave hit us, but it was the. Wow, Marissa, was everyone okay? That sounds horrible. Those are the worst. I'll chat with y'all later. Have a great day. You too, B. You. So, sis, you said my stash video? Because if you did, I think you were saying something about. Is it? I think it's Mama Knows. Let me know because it's the one that you were saying something about Game of Thrones. My parents live about 5 miles away. All their windows are blown out. Wow. That is amazing. I used to get a feeling that an earthquake was going to come, but I never will. But I have lost that sense. Victoria, that sense, believe me, earthquakes scare me to death. Through two earthquakes in Fort California back in the 80s, but thankfully they were not bad. Just felt like someone picked the ground up, and yeah, that sometimes it does feel like that, Anne. Hello. Oh, sorry. Eileen, how are you? My niece and nephew were not a problem. What? Just escaped a little. So pop in. Okay. Well, you give those little rugrats a hug from me. Now in Savannah, Georgia, it is her. How well can they track hurricanes? Exhausted are running me in circles. Island Girl, make sure you watch my stash video because your name is brought up in there, and I'm only going to leave it at that point. Okay. Okay. Let's see. You know, about a week. Really? Oh, okay. Sorry. I was thinking tornado, not hurricane. Yes, hurricanes, at least you have warning. I had a chance to leave the day before it hit. Well, that's good, Anne. Hurricanes definitely can be tracked. Oh, I don't know which would be worse. Honestly, living on the East Coast or living on the West Coast. Because the East Coast, you have uh, I believe you can get tsunamis out there. It would scare me to death. But then on the tsunamis and earthquakes, it's kind of a toss-up between the two. I don't know. I don't think I'd want either one. Tornadoes, you usually have at least a few minutes. Yeah, that's scary. I don't know. Mm. When I moved to Manitoba, I was really happy because this area and my thinking was, okay, I'm not around a volcano, so I don't have to worry about a volcano. I don't quakes. I don't have to worry about tsunamis or tornadoes, or not. Excuse me, not tornadoes. Sorry, hurricanes, tidal waves, things like that. So I thought, oh, I'm right here in the center of the continent. I don't have to worry about. And what does my husband do? He said to me, you know what? We are the doorway to tornado. Nice. I was like, are you? No, he's not kidding. We do get tornadoes here, but rare. Well, I can't say they're very rare, but they're just not something that we get all the time. Apparently, they had an here a few years ago, not in the city, but out in the country area. And the only thing that was damaged was a barn. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Island Girl. That I appreciate that. So scary, but I don't go to my safe place until the sirens are actually going off. So, Marissa, if you don't mind me asking, what? Remember, please. Yes. So everyone, if you are interested in joining our Facebook book, me and Island Girl DP Journal are, or excuse me, sorry, have a Facebook group together. If you're interested, there will be a link here. I will actually post it. Find it. Let me see. Oops. Oh, sorry. So Island Girl has posted it. So if you're interested in joining, we would love to have. Oh, today my gadgets don't seem to be wanting. I do apologize for that. Oh, there we go. I want to, but I don't have Facebook. My heart. Oh, that's okay. I'm just glad that you are here with us today. Hello, Nana of Seven Crafts. How are you? So, a big thing that's going on next weekend. Those of you, the DP-a-thon is going to start on Friday. Very excited over that. So, I will not have my regular live on Saturday. I will be live Friday night, and we'll be posting a thumbnail to let you guys all know when I will be on. I start at 9 p.m. Central. I have to look at the schedule again, but I believe it is 9 p.m. Central. Is that right? Texas. Oh, so you're down in Texas. Oh, I bet it's nice and warm down there. Next week, Ozzy. Is there a list? I believe there's a list. Are you talking about the DP-a-thon? The 50s today and sunny. Oh, you're lucky. Oh my gosh, I wish it was 50 here. Let's see. What else? 50s. Hi, Nana. Yes. Okay, so the journal. Okay. Where? So, Aussie Girl, I believe there is a list. What is exactly a DP-a-thon? Okay, I hope I'm going to explain this properly. So, a DP-a-thon is a group of creators that will be going. We start Friday and it ends Sunday evening. So I believe it's every 90 minutes a new creator, and the idea is to help smaller channels get out there so that people can check us out and see how they like us and so on. Marissa, if I'm on, please let me know. But it's a really fun event. There's a lot of different information and ideas that you can get from each channel. I always believe that each and every one of us as creators, unique way of presenting and showing things. And I learned from each and every one of the creators that I watch. In fact, just recently I learned a new trick on how to get wrinkles out of not this type of canvas, but another type actually worked. And I thought, this is great. So each creator has a very uniqueness about themselves, willing to share information, especially to those that are new to the craft. And that's the reason why I love this community, willing to help everyone. Well done. Oh, thank you. um, on our lives to send to also just to hang out, and yes, true, just to hang out and have some fun. Do an ASAP. Okay, I'll do an ASAP. Thanks, Nana. Okay. Now do I find the YouTube list? So, Marissa, can we list or put up a list, or should we wait like 2 or 3 days before it starts to put in a list up for those that are interested? I didn't want to do anything quite yet because open. It'll be excellent. So it's a really fun event, and it's called, and Marissa, correct me if I'm not right, because unfortunately when you guys are in the chat area, I do read some of it but not all of it, but I believe that it is called Sparkle-a-thon. Is that correct? Okay. So for those of you that are participating in the DP, will be there if I'm not working, to support everyone, and it's fun. It is a great event. Thank you, Marissa. You know what? Coloring book Nook. Me and you need to talk. Coloring, and I don't know where to even look for color books. Did you get the last week's new release? We are happy to have you. Okay. Sensational. To answer your question, give me just 1 minute, okay? down fighting these. It's not that one. It is. Nope. Oops. Arrange that in a minute. Oh boy. All right. Where'd it go? Is it this one here? Okay. Are you talking about this one here? Janae hunting. Yes. Hunting and yeah, eventually found it. Yes, I got Moment on Memory Lane. You know, the funny thing is I pre-recorded that video, and when I got this painting the next day, I thought, oh, you know what? I can just put a little snippet in there, but I will be unboxing for this. And in fact, I did the recording for it. I just haven't posted it yet. Now, I have put myself on a no-buy. And don't the only time I can break my no-buy is if it's a Chuck Penson painting that I have to restrain myself. As much as I want to buy everything that they come out with, I have to stop. But I'll tell you something. This painting is beautiful. It is beautiful. You want that one, Ozzy? It is a beautiful painting. I will say that. The one that really surprised me. Oh, thank you. The one that surprised me was Egyptian Queen of the Leopards. Did you guys hear me say how many colors are? Oh my gosh, I about fell out of my chair. Let's see. Chuck Penson. It did? Yeah, Chuck Penson is, I have always enjoyed his artwork. If you haven't had a chance, Google him and you'll see all of his artwork. And there are a few of I am just dying for Diamond Art Club to come out with. I'm just going to go back here. Let's see here. Amazon and Etsy for coloring books. I have been putting up a lot of. Where's my channel? I'm going to check out your channel. I've seen a couple of your videos. I have not been watching lately because I got in trouble at work. Unfortunately, when I'm at work, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but when I'm at work, I listen to channels because when I'm at home, I have all the dogs that I have to take care of, and all the other kind of don't do during the weekend. Anyway, we're I would read coloring, and I really didn't know what to do or how to start with that. So I have been kind of checking some places out, but I really don't know what to look for. What are the best uh, options as far as coloring books and or pencils or ink pens, or I've heard of the gel pens and things like that. So again, I kind of walking blind doing that because I've not done that before. But yeah, oh, that's what I was saying. Um, so here I've been listening to basically a lot of channels, and even though I'm not actually watching, I'm listening to them. One of our coworkers has the habit of movies and not getting his work done. So we all were basically told we could no longer, listen our cell phones. So I still do it to a certain point. I just have to be very I do it. So that way I can still listen to all of your channels, and I try to leave comments. Unfortunately, careful though when I do that because I don't want to get caught doing it. That's why I was in one of I think it was yours, Aussie Girl Lives, and I had to be very, very careful not to get caught doing that. I think she's what would you like to join the group? I think so. The suspense is killing me. Sounds like an okay. You can. um. Yes. The princess is stuck between emotions. I think it's cut. Yes, I know I'm not videos at work. That's why personally that when this all came down at work, it wasn't towards me. I don't want to take the chance of, getting in trouble. um, okay, sis, I love you and talk to you soon. I love it, but I'm worried it flips. As someone said that she looks a bit like Kim K. You don't mention to that part of it. I'll have to look, and I will let you know, Victoria. What did I miss? Hiya. Working here. My bad. Uh, all right. So, girl, what we were talking about is I was in a meeting at work and basically told that we could no longer do stuff on our cell phones. So that's why when I was in your live, I kind of was not responding to a lot of what was going on, only because I didn't want to get caught, um, you know, watching YouTube. And I wasn't really watching; I was just listening. But still, it is what it is. And I do that a lot. Okay, here we go. Sorry, it's stupid. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry. So, everyone up to lately? What have you guys been doing? What projects are you on? Thank you, Marissa. You take care and have a great rest. Hello, Emmy. April Fair, Fairy by Diamond Art Club in coloring. Is that April Fairy? Is that a new one? Is that a new release? Oops. It was, I think it was sold out. Oh, okay. I'll have to look and see which one. Picture it right now. I'm working on Ice Princess. I have that one. I have that one. My sister wanted that. Now that she's out of chat, I can bring this up. um, my sister had said that she wanted. I have been very bad. Why have you been very bad? I'm working on the little gift. That one I'm going to have to look up too. I'm working on. Okay. Kind of lost track of what I said. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. My sister had brought up last weekend that she wanted either Ice Queen or One Worth Melting. And mentioned that she wanted the one that was based on the King of Thrones painting. I think that's called Mama Knows. I'm not 100% sure. But I have all three of those paintings and plan on taking one of them, if not two of them, with me on our trip, because me and my sister are going to go to Mexico in about 4 weeks. And I'm going to gift those to her. So she doesn't know that yet. Emmylou, did you do a unboxing video on it? I missed something. I'm working on the little gift, but never seen. Did unboxing on it. I looked on your YouTube, but unboxing of that. Okay. I have bought 7 acrylic pins in a month. One was given, and won the chance to buy the other 7. I didn't set out to get them. I tossed my name in. I've done that a few times, Island Girl, and yeah. So I'm going to show you. I don't know if you guys had seen this yet. I'm really careful the last couple of days on what I'm showing, because I realize now that my sister is actually watching the channel. And before it was like, I don't think she's. But anyway, for Christmas, I got this pin here that I'm going to give her for Christmas. Now she's aware of this pin, and it is. I'm almost like, I'm going to give this to her. But I also had this one made for her for Christmas. I hope you guys can see these. This one made for her. And then, like I said, I'm going to give her this one for Christmas as well. We haven't seen each other since last year, so I'm looking forward to this. But I'm also going to be giving her paintings, and because I know she wants them, and yeah, she's a big part of my life. So I just want to be able to do something for her, and I know she's getting really diamond painting as well as pins. Although she told me today, after signing up for custom pins and on a few pins, that she's not going to get pen crazy. I really need to stop tossing my name. This same here. I'm the same way. So I'm just going to let you know that this painting here, this is a Diamond Art Club painting. And I don't know if I showed. Actually, no, I didn't do an unboxing for this one because I'm still trying to get used to my new camera. It's just been a learning curve for me. So this one here, I didn't post that video. But this is one of the projects that I'm also working on the Great Wall, which is 110 by 40 centimeters. It's one of the bigger ones that I've, and I'm about a quarter through that one. So I usually not the work on more than one project at a time, but I figured, it would be nice to change. This one's a square, and the Great Wall, I need that breakup so that I don't get frustrated, because I get frustrated easily with the squares. But like I said, in some of these, symbols, I'm actually changing them out. I'm swapping them out from the regular white color, and I'm putting in the here, I'm going to show you these. They're not colors. They're just a regular type of, sorry, I gotta get, they're just a regular type of crystal, and I've been working with this supplier. I first got my first sample, the supplier sent me the wrong size, and I was kind of down because I thought they're too small. I'm not going to be able to use those, and I was trying to think of what can I do with these to be able to. They're really pretty. And then I found out that this actually is a perfect size for squares. I'm trying to get those out and show you what these ones look like. I'll pour them all out. But these are really, really pretty. So let me know if you can see these. There's a bit of a delay, so I can't tell. It's not as clear as I'd like to see them, but these are really pretty. So as I said, I was taking out the white in the letters here, and I've been incorporating them in next to the AB drills. So I'm really hoping that turns out. And if it does, I will definitely be with the supplier and seeing if I can bring some more out here. I'm about this because living in Canada, sorry, make sure I don't. Living in Canada, it's a bit expensive to have things shipped up here. So I thought it would be really nice to have somebody in Canada become a supplier, or have like a little shop and be able to sell them as a Canadian type of supplier. There's some other colors that I've been looking at. I'm just going to bring them and show you. Move this off to the side. I don't put this on top. This is my drill stash of crystals. And where is those drills? Okay, so I have been working, as I said, with another supplier too, and they sent me off some samples. And let's see. Let's make sure I got them there. Oops. Bang, bang, bang. Talk to Tina. Which Tina are you referring to, Peppa? Yeah, these are the black ones. So these are actual black. They almost look like onyx, but they're really pretty too. I really like these ones. Now again, I'm really sorry if my camera doesn't pick these out. But I like these as well. And then I've got some really pretty colored ones. But again, I want to try these out and see how these work before I make any, because once you start looking at buying them in bulk, they're not that cheap, because they expect you to buy a certain amount at the first time. So I'm looking at, if I were to do, they want you to buy like 10,000 bags or something like that. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, I guess in a wholesaler's, I guess, explainable. This one here is like an AB blue. Okay, I know who you're talking about then. Sparklers Tina. Yeah, these ones are really pretty. I love these ones. Now, I believe these particular, this particular color is considered a crystal. So this person that I've been dealing with, he's been really great by giving me a variety of crystals to check out. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. But again, I really want to work on making sure that the quality is good before I actually jump into something like that. And plus, too, that there's interest in these. But here is a dark blue AB. And I'm not really sure if they're coming out as clear, but they are beautiful. Okay, what time is it? 1. Okay. 5:30. All right. Pretty. So I'm just going to put it quick. Come on. Up, up, up. All right, everyone. You know what? It is 5 and my time is up now for live. So I want to thank everyone that dropped by and said hello to see you. And I hope to see you again Friday. That is my time slot. And I believe, again, it's 9 o'clock Central. I will have it posted in our Facebook group and also have a announcement in YouTube as well. So thank you very much. Again, thank you all for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. Love you all. And thank you. I'll reach out to Tina and see if she can give me some ideas. I know that she's having some health, that there's some health issues going on there, and I didn't want to, interrupt her on that one. So again, everyone, thank you. We will see each other on Friday. Don't forget, I will definitely have that information for you. And if you haven't had a chance, check out my stash video that goes over all of the 3 winners plus giving away 2 paintings, but you have to watch the entire video to be able to see which paintings they are and what to do. So again, you guys take care, have a wonderful rest of your day, and a very safe next week. And we'll talk again real soon.